What's up YouTube? For this first thoughts video, we're going to take a look at Desynced. I got a key for this game through Keymailer. I saw this and thought this was going to be a 3D Factorio, so I couldn't say no. The game was developed by Stage Games Inc. and published by Forklift Interactive. Do you like Factorio? Do you like Starcraft? Do you like Satisfactory? If so, then this game is for you. I originally only planned on trying this game out for an hour, but ended up going for 2. It's mostly because in the tutorial, I accidentally clicked something off somewhere and it ruined everything and I had to restart. I still have no idea what I unclicked, but it stopped all my worker bots from moving resources around. The tutorial is well put together, but it only scratches the surface of what you can do. So try not to get too fancy with what you're trying to do, unless you're used to these kinds of games. If you have played Starcraft or games similar to it, you should have a pretty good grasp on how the controls will work and what the gameplay will be like. Good thing is, you can choose different difficulties, but the biggest difference is either having to deal with enemies or just having a peaceful time. I didn't get far enough in the tutorial to have to deal with enemies, but it looks like you can set up turrets to defend you. Overall, the game loop looks like this. Find a place to set your base. Send your robot drones to gather resources. Use said resources to build new buildings and machines. Use those new buildings and machines to make more buildings and machines, etc, etc, etc. This is where the game starts to really feel more like Factorio or Satisfactory, and those games are my jam. The controls felt smooth, but the in-depth options for each individual thing were a bit confusing at first. It got a little bit easier to understand the more I played it, but if I really wanted to understand each little option, I was gonna have to read the codex. This feels like one of those games where you either want to read about it as much as you can before you really get into it, or you just trial and error until it clicks. Either way, this is a game you're going to want to dedicate some time to if you really want to get it. This really isn't one of those games you can pick up and play like once a week. One thing you'll want to keep in mind is that each of the buildings will need direct contact available for the robots to add or take things from it. So don't box in your buildings. If you box in your buildings, you're gonna have a bad time. The graphics are nice, and the different styles of the different buildings and machines that attach to the buildings are all interesting. The world that they have built is beautiful, and really makes me want to explore, so I can see what other resources I can find. The UI is very clean and well organized. It can be a little daunting to take it in all at once, but I feel like it was easy enough to pick up. I really like the fact that the game had a day-night cycle. It really helped with my immersion. I especially appreciate that the game has a bit of voice acting through the nice AI that is trying to teach you how to survive. Overall, I had fun with this game, and I could see myself losing a lot of hours in this game. Plus, this game is in early access, and I love a game that is this good that's in early access. It always means there's only good things to come. The game is $29.99, which might be a little pricey to take the risk on if you haven't tried games similar to this. But if you have enjoyed games that are similar to this, I think $29.99 is a good price point. Well, this has been my first thoughts on Desynced. Let me know what your first thoughts were if you've played Desynced. And if you made it this far, thank you so much for your time. If you enjoyed the content or found this helpful, drop a like and a sub. It would really help me out. I did try this live on my Twitch channel, so if you ever want to see any of my live reactions to games, check out the link down in the doobly-doo, as well as the Steam page link for this game. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.